Hello and welcome to All You Need to Know About Battlefield Play4Free, the maps. Today I am going to be running through Karkand. So let's begin with, right now I'm jumping up and down around the APC in the US base. In the US base, let's begin. In this base you shall find two Humvees spawned right here, an APC and a tank in a convoy fashion. If you check the map to my left by that building, there is also another car and a Tau missile. I'm going to ignore those right now. On this map there are 4 flags. Ranging from closest to the US base is A, B, C, and D. To leave the US base there are 4 exits. The one I'm currently driving on, the one I'm looking at right now, and there's also a possibility to leave over the hill. For infantry, you can run over this hill and to the right here, which will lead you to a back garden and back alleyway. That back alleyway is also accessible to vehicles, although it is not recommended at all. This building here is a well-known camper location. You will often find American snipers hiding in here if they own the flag. This also is a spawn location for the US team. This taller building up here is another spawn for the US team. This building is only accessible by 2 methods. 1, the ladder behind, and 2, spawning in there. This building is also prone to having a lot of campers on it, especially snipers. Behind me, that building there, is also a well-known camper location. On there you will often find snipers hiding. The 2 little house-like thingies with doors on top often will conceal infantry units behind. That building is only accessible by 1 way, and that is 2 ladders, which is on the back of the building. This building is a spawn for the RU. They will spawn up there by the sandbags. The building is also prone to having certain campers on them, especially US campers trying to defend against people attacking from Delta. The US spawn for this flag is behind here, where there is a ladder. There is also a ladder here. This building can be accessed by 3 methods: the 2 ladders and spawning there. This building and its area surrounding it is also another known location for campers. The building can be accessed by the ladder, and the balcony can be accessed by spawning. This road further leads to the RU base. All this area around here are known locations for hiding RU snipers. The rooftops here provide good cover against and good visibility against Bravo and the road. This location also often has cars with people sitting in the machine guns. For the US team, with a faster vehicle like the Humvee, the Vodnik, which is the Russian transport car, and a LAV-25 can pass through the RU base without timing out. This is Delta flag. Only the RU may spawn on Delta flag. Their spawns are hidden behind in these sheds. There is a spawn behind here, and also inside of there. This building is often a location which will hide RU snipers and medics camping. Behind there is a very tight alleyway. This building and up here can often hide American campers attempting to defend or assist forces attacking Delta. This staircase is, in my opinion and throughout my statistics, the most commonly used entrance to B from D. So right now let's take some of these flags. Alpha can be captured from not inside of this corner. You have to go a little bit outside of it, but it can be captured from this corner and barely from behind here. There are 3 ways to get up here. I stand corrected. This staircase and ladder, this ladder and jumping from the roof of that building, which is accessible from this ladder. The US have spawns here. There, where I'm aiming, and there. The US also gains a Tau anti-tank missile system. Although this, for some reason, often has the tank driving along the road running it over as soon as it spawns. Like that. This is Bravo. This flag can be taken from here, which is good cover against the building where the US spawn. Here, which is decent cover. Here, if you hide like this, you should not be able to be sniped. And inside of the well. The well and these boxes are often used by both teams. This is a location where you will often find US people. At this flag, for the US team, nothing will spawn. For C, the flag can be captured via vehicle. From here. And, well, it can be captured from all four corners if the vehicle is parked correctly. A tank, if you drive it up there, can capture it. But the most commonly used and easiest to access is these two, which I just showed you. The US team, once the flag is captured, if the flag is willing to capture, will gain a Tau missile system here. The RU will also gain a Tau missile system here. Their Tau missile spawns here. For Delta, I'm unsure whether I mentioned whether or not the US can spawn here. The US cannot spawn on Delta even if they have it. That is a balance as to help the RU get out of their base and take D in the event that the US has all the flags. The same works for A. The RU cannot spawn at A. Another known location where certain vehicles, especially cars with machine guns, especially the Russian ones, will often be found camping, is here. Now my gun just barely soars over. I have access to the medic roof, as it is sometimes nicknamed. I can shoot any people hiding there. This area is also a way for infantry to flank Alpha. Smaller vehicles, APCs, even tanks, can go through here too. But you will be out of bounds for a duration while doing so. So proficient management and driving of your vehicle will be needed if you are to pass through without timing out and dying. For the RU, leaving their base and going here will give this long alleyway, which also can be used by the US to flank. It often is not covered by enemies or teammates, depends on which team you are. If the RU captures Bravo, a Tau missile will spawn here. That Tau missile will not spawn for the US. The trains here mark the bounds for which the US can drive into the RU base. When the US has all the flags, chances are there's going to be a lot of armor parked here. If you have the fastest vehicle driving at the fastest speed, you are able to get a vehicle through here. And that marks everything I have to say for the US team. I will now be switching myself to the RU team. This is what the map looks like from a, well, map restart point of view. For the RU, they have these vehicles: 2 cars, a BTR, and tank. If the US captures D, a 3rd car will spawn here. If the RU captures A, in the US base, a 3rd car will spawn. I mean, a 4th car. To leave the RU base, there are 2 roads, both of which are easily blocked off by the US team. The US team can easily block off this area, which will then lead to 3 separate roads. They can also block the road to D by parking themselves by the train. That is a very treacherous situation for the RU. The US, however, is more difficult to block. They will have to block this location, the hills to my right, and this location, while defending Alpha from enemy capture. That is all, I hope, for this map. I hope I have not missed... Oh, reminds me, the archway building which you see in front of me, I refer to it as the archway building. This building will often hide people from both sides, although it is mostly used by the RU. The location overlooks Bravo and the roof for which the Bravo can spawn on in front of me. Anyways, that marks the end of this video. Check out my channel, and thank you for watching.